What is going on, guys? It's your boy Frequency, and today I'm bringing you episode 2 of Storytime with Frequency. Before I jump into the story, I'd just like to say thank you so much for the positive feedback on the previous episode. It really motivated me to make episode 2. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to everyone who commented, liked, and subscribed along the way. So, this story is about when I finished school. When I finished school, I went to a house party that night. It was thrown by one of the guys who was actually in my class, and when I got there, it was just positive vibes. Everyone was chilling, drinking, having a good time, reminiscing old memories. You know, like everyone knew each other. That was the best thing. So we all fit in, we all had someone to talk to, and we kept going to like 4 o'clock in the morning until we all passed out. We all overindulged ourselves on alcohol and passed out. But we woke up at like 2 p.m. the next day, I'd say, and we all organised to go camping. We're like, fuck it, let's go camping. Like, it had been planned, but it was never finalised to go ahead. But we found a wood to go to, so we said, right, fuck it, let's go, let's do this. So we all organised to get tents, and we got a count of heads who was coming, so we knew who we'd be waiting on and who we wouldn't be waiting on when we arrived. So when we got to the campsite, it wasn't even a campsite, it was a fucking wood that was owned by some farmer or some shit. But we just went there anyways, we didn't really give a fuck. And we all helped each other set up each other's tents. Like, many hands make light work. So, you know, we were done faster. So, we were just chilling. There wasn't much to do. And Ireland is always cold. Well, the majority of the time it's always cold, even during the summer. But this day was like 26 degrees Celsius. Like, this shit was fire. And it was just such a good day. So we all just started drinking a bit early. And people I didn't expect to see fucking arrived. The scouts, I don't know if anywhere in your country who's watching this, scouts are people who train children. I think they're called cubs or some shit. How to build fires, fucking tie ropes, and do all other forms of Bear Grylls shit that no one really does. But you know, I'm not one to judge. You know, fuck it. But they arrive, and they shouldn't even be up as high as they are, where we are, because we're on a hill at the top of the forest. And I'm drinking out. Everyone, we're all a couple of us are drinking, but out of everyone to fucking look at, the scout leader looks at me and kind of gives me the look bro, they're kids, come on, what are you doing? And I kind of give him the look back bro, this is my can, I don't give a fuck, you shouldn't be up this high, jog on, I'm not getting rid of it, but I'll pull it behind my back. So I hit it behind my back until the kids left, and then more people start arriving. So we're like, oh, this is awesome. So we all helped set up their tents, you know, so they wouldn't be on their own doing it. You know, it was just a very quick process. So we were asking Gary. Gary's one of the guys who, well, he is the guy who organised it and kind of found us the location. We were like, Gaz, what do you need? Tell us what you need and we're going to help. What is there anything you need from out around or anything? He was like, if you can find me twigs and wood that we can use as firewood, that way I can build a fire later on. So we said, yeah, cool. So I think there was the 4 of us, myself, Jacob, Chris, and Matthews. We all went and we got twigs and branches and shit from around the way, and we used it as firewood. So we all gathered it and brought it back, and we got enough so we wouldn't have to go looking for it in the dark. That night we could just grab a branch or some shit and just throw it on the fire. So that was cool. And we said, a couple of us said that we'd go kind of, I wouldn't say traveling, but we'd have a look around to see what the forest was like. So a couple of us went and we found an abandoned house, and a couple of people actually got inside the house and wouldn't come back out. They thought it was brilliant. I was voted to go in after them and get them out. So I fucking worked my way into the house. This house was all boarded up and shit. So I got in and I eventually got them out. And we were about to keep going until someone said, oh, it's getting kind of dark, let's, you know, the sun's starting to go down in about an hour or two, or an hour and a half, we may go back. And Chris is one of my best friends. Even to this day, me and Chris are like brothers. Chris says, you know, there's a graveyard at the end of this wood. The majority was told him fuck off, he was full of shit, you know, he was lying. But Chris is very convincing, but he's a huge piss taker. He is a troll nonetheless, but he's very convincing. So I kind of thought to myself, you know, this, we're all kind of paranormal up, you know. We're like, ooh, you know, what if we see something we're not supposed to, like a ghost or some shit that make the night this, that, and the other. But we go and it was, I'd say now at this point it was maybe 9, 10 o'clock. Like, we have the fire up and all. We're just chilling, drinking. Those who smoke were smoking. I was smoking. I think I smoked like a full 30-gram pouch or whatever of amber leaf in one night, and I left my tongue all hazy. I'm not promoting drink or like cigarettes or anything throughout this video, just so you know. But like, I don't usually like. It's hard to explain. I do and I don't smoke. Like, I smoke here and there, like mainly if stress gets me, but I'm not an addict. I just think it's very relaxing. Like, I'm never like, oh, I need a fag, brick wall. I'm just like, yeah, a fag would be good. Kind of like take some of this, kind of ease off what I'm thinking about or whatever. So my friend Matthews comes over and he was with a backpack that he arrived with, because he wasn't staying in my tent, he was actually staying with someone else. And the kind of, it was like a hill, like it was like a green, like it's like a like a kind of a lump of grass. It was like shaped almost like a couch. It was hard to explain. It was like a bump, and if you sat down you could like lie up against it. So that's what me and Matthews were doing, and he takes out a liter of Smirnoff vodka and he was just like, this is for me and you. I kept looking, I was like, what? He was like, yeah, this is for us. So we're there drinking anyways. We get maybe just under half. The guy fastens the bottle and puts it in on my arm, and he's like, that's yours. He goes, keep it. So I kind of thought to myself, damn dude, that's very nice of you, thank you. So like, I'm there, like, I have it. So I still have cans at this point too, so like, I'm putting the vodka away for later, and I'm still drinking cans. And like, everyone's just like chilling, laughing. Everyone's like telling jokes, having like a good laugh of like what we did in secondary school that got us in trouble and shit. Like, you know, reminiscing. It's a good like atmosphere to be around, especially in like an open wooded area. So at like midnight, or it was like, I'd say at 12:30 a.m. Matthews, Chris, Joe and Jacob said like they were gonna go play hide and go seek. I was fairly, I wouldn't say I was drunk, but I was fairly tipsy at this point. I was like, oh, I want to play too. So I was like, I took my bottle of vodka, I got up and I ran. They went down this slope before me, but they were only like 6 feet ahead of me. These guys must have taken like a fucking sharp turn and left me behind, because I just kept going. And like, it got to the stage where I was calling them out. I was like, Matthews, Chris, Jacob, where are you? I thought I was playing fucking hide and go seek with them, because, you know, that's what they said they were doing. But I was by myself. So if anyone was to walk by, or if anyone was out like taking a piss or something, they'd just be like, look, what the fuck is Frequency doing? What's he at, like, what, talking to himself and shit? Like, what is he smoking? So I'm fucking by myself for like 2 hours walking around this fucking wood in the pitch dark. Now, I don't have a flashlight or a fucking phone because I left it at the site. And I didn't know where I was. I was lost. I was up shit creek without a fucking paddle. So, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, things are gonna be okay. I'm gonna find like a loop and go and redo what I've just done. Like, you know, things aren't that bad. Then the fucking owls and like birds in the tree start like crying and making noises and shit, and it's kind of throwing me off. And like every twig I kind of step over and break, I thought there was someone behind me. And I wouldn't, like, I'm not a paranoid person, but I was becoming extremely paranoid, thinking there was something or someone behind me, like, or I was afraid like a stray animal, like a dog, was going to attack me, you know. I'm walking and I'm like, I'm not going to get back to the site. I have no idea where I am. I don't know where they are. I don't know what the fuck is happening. You know, this is it. This is some next level shit. This is code red. This is get me the fuck back to the site now, ASAP. And I'm easily 2, maybe 3 kilometers away from the campsite. Like, it took us, I'm kind of skipping to the end, but I'll tell you about it now in a minute. But like, I was easily 2 hours. Like, it was kind of a staggering kind of a walk away from the fucking campsite. But I see a flashlight, like there's a big beam of light heading my direction, and I have no idea what it is. Now, the way I was brought up to not be afraid of anyone, but I didn't know if this was a person. I didn't know if this was skin and bone, like what the average Joe is. And next I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't want to call out because that is some white person horror movie shit. You don't ever call out. You never go and investigate. That's how white people die. I'm not about that life, son. I'm about me surviving. So what I do is I kind of play it off like I'm like playing it cool, you know. I don't mean to look, but I'm kind of looking, you know, that kind of trying to go around it type of shit. All I'm missing is the fucking indicator. When next I hear like this heavy gravel kind of being pushed, like as if someone or something was running. Now this sounded like a fucking man. This would sound like the way I would run. Like this person was kicking the gravel the way they were running. And I was just like, nah, I'm out. I'm not about that life. So I took off. I pegged it. I ran for my life. I'm not a skinny guy, but I surprised myself with how quick I ran. Like afterwards I actually said to myself, I can run when I need to. That's the type of kind of conclusion I was left with. But I'm sprinting for dear life, and I'm spilling vodka on myself, and I'm looking over my shoulder, and as I look over my shoulder I can see this fucking beam of light is getting bigger, and with that I gave up. It was like I was being chased down by like the guard or something. I just kind of went, yep, take me, I'm done, take me away, I've had enough. I'm not running. I'm not about this life. I'm not about that running and getting fitness, that cardio. I'm not with it. Take me away. Whatever I've done, I deserve this. And I could hear like this laughing when I had my hands up in the air, like I was being fucking like arrested or some shit. And it was a woman's laugh, so it kind of threw me off guard. Next, I could hear it was one of the girls from the campsite. She went for a walk to clear her head, and she was like, "How did you go out this far?" I was like, I thought I was playing hide and go seek, and they left me. And she started laughing, and it was only then I started laughing as well. But I had been fucking like when I saw the light, what played on the back of my fucking mind was when Chris said about the graveyard. I was like, no. I'm not seeing a ghost. I'm not seeing any fucking fairy or anything. Like, nope. But she was like, you want me to bring you back to the campsite? I was like, yes, please. And I was asking her, I was like, how do you know this so well? She was like, oh, I used to run in this wood when I was younger because I think she did like camogie or some shit. I don't know. She did some form of sport anyways. But it was because of her I managed to get back in one piece. And the worst thing is, I never fucking found the guys that were playing hide and go seek. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it for the Parish and subscribe to become a pilot today. I'm out. Johnny Blues for life.